Oh my god. So, Five Nights at Freddy's 2. You know, out of all the movies I've seen this year, I can confidently say that this was one of them. So Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is once again directed by Emma Tammy and stars Josh Hutcherson, Piper Rubio, and Elizabeth Lyle. And this film takes place 1 year after the events of the first movie. Mike is still trying to deal with being a father figure to his sister, Abby is still obsessing over all the animatronics, and Vanessa is still haunted by the sins of her father's past. But not only that, after the events of the first film, the town sort of idolizes Freddy Fazbear's now. Like, the whole town dresses up as the characters, and they even make this giant parade celebration for the animatronics. Yeah, it gets really weird in this film. Okay, so I went into this film with really low, and I mean low expectations. I hated the first film. I'm a fan of Five Nights at Freddy's, but man, that first film was genuinely atrocious. And with this film, it looked like they were going to improve on some things. But after seeing this film, perhaps I treated the first one a bit too harshly. Okay, before I start tearing this film apart, let me at least talk about the good things that I liked about the movie, because there are a couple good things here. Similar to the first film, the animatronics here look amazing. You can tell how much love and detail was put into these things, especially Withered Bonnie. That is like one of my favorite animatronics in the game series, and seeing that on the big screen, I was like, wow, I kind of feel like a young teenager again. Like, this is like, I'm getting like really big nostalgia vibes from this movie. And seeing the actual FNAF 2 office, like in the big screen, I was like, wow, they put a lot of detail into these set designs. These set designs and animatronics look amazing. And that's kind of the only good thing about the movie. It's kind of it. Okay, take that back. There is one other okay thing in the movie, and that is the performances. Now, they're not groundbreaking or good, but the performances are passable. Like, for this kind of movie, you can tell Josh Hutcherson is having a fun time playing this character, and Piper Rubio is having a blast interacting with all these animatronics. You can tell that she's having the most fun on set. Though her performance is honestly the worst performance in the movie. And as for everybody else, they're okay. I mean, Matthew Lillard, I liked him in the first film because he was able to balance out that over-the-top zaniness and him being creepy. But here he just goes way over-the-top ham, and it's kind of distracting anytime he's on screen. But I mean, I cannot wait for the third film because I know that he's going to have a big role in that movie, and he's just going to be so over-the-top in that, and it's going to be not great, but probably entertaining. Okay, so you know you have good animatronics, good set design, some acting. Okay, let's talk about the bad things now. The plot. So this film just did the most wondrous of achievements of having no plot, and at the same time having a million subplots. Things just sort of happen in this movie. There's not really a flow between each scene. Characters just kind of just out of nowhere in the scene, like, all right, I'm here now. This is what's happening in the movie. And there's no like direct flow of the story. There are just so many tiny little things going around. And by the end of the movie, I was like, what was that movie even about? What happened? So for me to really go deep into the story for this film, I'm gonna have to break it up into chunks to really talk about why this movie fails on every single level of storytelling and how it makes zero sense whatsoever. Now, there will be spoilers, but do you really care about spoilers for this kind of movie? Probably not, but just know there will be spoilers. So let's go on with the first section of this story. So the first chunk of the story is Abby contacting the animatronics. So she goes back to the original Five Nights at Freddy's location and finds this random device on the floor that allows her to talk to the ghosts that are haunting the animatronics. And it's not explained at all how this device works. When was it made? Did William Afton make it? How can it contact the spirits? How can Abby contact the ghosts with this button pressing device? It's not explained. We got a MacGuffin to move the plot along. Keep up, we got more story to tell you. But it turns out that the device is not contacting the original ghosts that are haunting the original animatronics, but is just contacting one ghost that haunts the puppet. And the puppet's like this hive mind control animatronic, I guess, that's controlling all of the toy animatronics, the newer models. I think, like, it doesn't really explain anything there, like, why can this one ghost control all the other animatronics? Why can this one ghost contact Abby through this device? I don't know. I'm honestly kind of just guessing the plot here because all the scenes just don't connect at all. Like, I'm trying to just wrap my brain about how the plot like fully connects because the movie doesn't do that for you. Now, later in the film, it turns out that the puppet is actually using Abby as a tool to help the ghost that's haunting the puppet get revenge on some adults. Because you see, 20 years ago, this child died because no adult would like help her against William Afton, the killer, the main killer of the series. And so, the girl that died, her spirit is now haunting the puppet, and the puppet controls the other toy animatronics. So the puppet wants to use Abby as a tool to send out the toy animatronics to kill the adults that caused the child to die 20 years ago. Are you following? No? Too bad. And then it gets dumber because you see the puppet is using Abby to make Abby type in this code on this computer to allow the animatronics to leave the restaurant to go kill the adults. Because you see, there's a code on the computer that is preventing all the animatronics from leaving the restaurant. But you see, Abby doesn't know the code to that computer, so the puppet's using Abby as a bait to bring in Vanessa, because Vanessa's a cop and she knows the code to the restaurant that allows the animatronics to leave the restaurant. Did I just have a stroke? Yeah, so Abby is not actually the main thing that the puppet's going for, because the puppet just wants to get this code to allow the animatronics to leave the restaurant to go kill some adults. Okay. Oh, but did I mention through all of this wacky plot, there's a side plot where Abby is attending this robotics science fair for her school, and there's this teacher there, played by Wayne Knight. The entire time I thought that was just Newman. And this teacher is like, Abby, you suck at making robots. You're a disgrace to this school, and you're going to ruin the reputation of this school because you suck at making robots. I'm not kidding, that's in the movie. And the entire time I'm thinking, this guy's the biggest dick I've ever seen in any movie this year. What is this guy's problem? And you think he might be like a twist villain or something, but no, he's just a jerk. And this whole side plot of Abby attending this robotic science fair has nothing to do with the main plot of the movie. It just gets in the way of everything. I mean, it kind of is there because it's showing some details about how Abby doesn't really fit in with anybody and she's an outcast, but it has nothing to do with anything here. And we're not even to the dumbest part of the movie yet, because we gotta get to why this whole Freddy Fazbear parade thing is actually happening in the movie. Because, what? So the reason why this whole Freddy Fazbear parade thing is happening is because it's all orchestrated by Michael Afton, who is the son of William Afton, the main killer, and is also Vanessa's brother. Now I'm not surprised by that because that's an actual character in the games. What I am surprised with is how stupid he is in the movie. So his whole plan is that he initiated this Freddy Fazbear parade thing to pretty much have all these people out in one area and then to unleash the animatronics to the parade, so the animatronics will just start killing people all over the parade because he wants to bring back his father's legacy of killing people. So he made the parade as a trap for the people to unleash the animatronics onto the residents of the parade, so the animatronics just cause more deaths and murders. Okay. Now what I'm confused by is that Michael is technically working with the puppet, because Michael wants the animatronics to kill people, the puppet wants to send out the animatronics to kill people, so they are technically working together. And there's even a scene where Michael is like, "Welcome back, Charlotte," which is the ghost that's haunting the puppet. So I guess he knows that the puppet's being haunted by Charlotte, and he knows that he can use the puppet to send out the animatronics to kill people. But the thing is, though, is that Michael is the security guard for Freddy Fazbear's. You would think he would know the code to unleash the animatronics out? Like that computer code that the puppet needs to send out the animatronics? Wouldn't Michael just know the code? Because he is the security guard? And was William Afton's son? Does this make any damn sense to you? Because it doesn't to me. So, to the puppet, why did you need Abby as bait to get the code when you are working with Michael Afton, who has the code? Or he should have the code. It doesn't specify that he has it, but you would think he would have the code because he's a security guard that works there. What? What the fuck? Did my brain just have a stroke? I'm now just starting to really just puzzle piece everything together, like how this story makes no damn sense. Another thing I would like explain, please, maybe you can help me out if you're a fan of the series, is the puppet can apparently fully possess people. Like this physical animatronic can possess humans by going inside them and like controlling their full body. Now, the animatronic is a physical being. It's not an apparition thing. So where does the animatronic go? And also when the animatronic possesses humans, the human like becomes a puppet, like their arms grow and they just start just floating around. I don't remember that in the game. Can you please explain that to me if you know the lore? I'm at a loss here. And don't get me started on the ending. So, eventually the animatronics do leave the restaurant and they start wreaking havoc and everything. But then, Mike Schmidt, not Michael Afton, Mike Schmidt, goes to another Five Nights at Freddy's restaurant, finds the original animatronics and begs them for help to take down the new animatronics. And then, what I can only describe as an Avenger portal scene, where all the animatronics just come out of nowhere and take down the toy animatronics. Oh, and then the movie ends with Vanessa being haunted by the puppet. Now Vanessa will be the main bad guy in the third movie, I guess. Okay. So yeah, as you can see, the plot makes no sense whatsoever, but I think I did a better job explaining the plot and actually making it more cohesive in the actual movie itself. Because none of it makes sense. To be fair, the game's plot doesn't make any sense, so I guess this is a good, faithful adaptation then. This was written by Scott Cawthon, the original creator of the game, and I can tell that he just wrote this as a lore piece, if that makes sense. Like, he's like, all right, I have all these different lore things I can put into this movie. this is lore, this is lore, this is lore, this is from that game, this is from that game, and just kind of just mixed it all up in a blender together and made a story. Well, Scott, I think you should not be writing movies. You can write lore, just don't write movies anymore. It's okay. No one can be great at everything. It's okay. So how are the scares? I mean, this is a scary movie, of course, so obviously there's gotta be some good scares, right? No. It's not scary. There's like one good jump scare in the movie. And that's it. Nothing else. But instead, the film is unintentionally hilarious. My friends and I had a blast watching this movie because we were laughing the entire time. I kind of felt bad for the people that we were with in the theater because we were having a great time. And in fact, everyone in the theater was having a great time too. Like, there were a few people behind us that were actually in like Five Nights at Freddy's cosplays, and they were having a blast watching this film. Like during some big like plot twist moments, I guess, like the people behind us were like shocked, like, oh, it's that character, oh, it's that character, lore, look, lore. That's what they were like. And you know what? This is a movie for that fan base. And again, I was part of that fan base in high school when the games came out. So in a way, I can say this film is for the fans. Is it a good movie? No. Is it a well-made movie? Not in the slightest, but it is for the fans. And I mean, the film does have this sort of message about the sins of the past and how parents can cause trauma on their kids, but that was pretty much the same plot as the first movie with its themes, so it's kind of just copy and paste here, except I think here it's actually done a bit worse than the first movie, so fails on that end. And as for the characters, they're non-existent, really. I mean, the characters in the beginning of the film start off exactly where they were from the first movie. No character development, no character growth, no nothing. And at the very end of this movie, they're pretty much the exact same with all their morals and all the trauma they've gone through and everything. Like, nothing about them has changed as a character for any of them. So, okay. I mean, the games didn't have groundbreaking characters either, so again, I guess it is a faithful adaptation. Oh boy. This movie, guys. This movie. Now, I didn't hate it. I didn't despise this movie because, again, I had a fun time watching it. It's dumb, it's hilarious, it's poorly written. I can't, in good conscience, give this my lowest rating. I have to give it something a little bit higher, but it's still a really bad movie. Which is why I'm gonna give Five Nights at Freddy's 2 the trash top hat. To all my fancy friends out there, thank you so much for watching. But it's your first time here and you like what you've seen, be sure to subscribe for more content. And have you seen Five Nights at Freddy's 2? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comments down below. I hope you have a fantastic night. And as always, stay fancy.